Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of my motorsport series. Today I'm joined by another star of the brand spanking new off-road electric racing series Extreme E. Today's guest came into the racing scene fairly late relatively speaking, but hasn't wasted any time in getting up to speed. This year she'll be racing for the Hispano Xite Energy team alongside Oliver Bennett. I am of course talking about Christine Giampaoli Zonca. We sat down recently to chat about her love for racing, Extreme E and much more. I hope you enjoy our conversation. So hi, how are you?
Yay, nice to meet you. All good, and you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. You've always loved cars.
Let's do this.
But you didn't get into motorsport straight away. What was it about meeting Lola, for everyone else, the 1989 Rally Corolla, that just suddenly made you want to get into it?
Okay, well, as I always say, I think it was like kind of love at first sight. Yeah, I don't know. Like I loved cars, but I never knew about rallying or racing. So when this like Corolla from 1989 just like raced down my house, you know, like the sound, the look, the gasoline smell, it was just everything together that just made me go crazy about it. And then I started like studying a little bit more about what is actually rallying. And then I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do in my life.
It just came together. Like,
yeah, it just clicked. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So then, on top of like you got the bug for it. Then in 2016, you prepared your own Super Impreza GC8 for the racing. Would that be something you'd want to do again in the future for another racing series, or was that just kind of like one-off, just try it and maybe not?
No, for sure, I would love to. Like I had a lot of fun building it. It was like many sleepless nights, but totally worth it. I mean, right now I'm in Barcelona. I don't have my own garage anymore, and you know it's not that easy. I mean, I kind of race full time now, so it's a bit everything has like changed around. But you know, I've thought about it a lot of times, and for sure in the future when maybe I'll have my own house, hopefully, or something, I would love to start a new exciting project.
That'd be great to see.
Maybe another Subaru, hopefully.
Yeah. After that, then you competed in, I think it was the Rally Rosenbol in Marino, and created an all-female team as part of that, and participated in the Rally RAC Catalunya, I think it was. What was that all like for you, again, with like the rallying and then having the all-female team as part of that?
Well, okay, so Rally Catalunya was like a super huge moment in my life, and Rosenbol also, because it was like my first tarmac ever event, and it was like in my home country, and with like a team that helped me a lot since the beginning. They gave me like a huge opportunity to be there. So, and the whole like fully female project, it was super cool. Like mechanics, engineers, coordinators, all women. You know, it was like a super amazing experience. And obviously being at a WRC event, like it's not easy to explain. You know, it was just so emotional, and obviously I'll be forever grateful to each one of them for all the opportunity and everything. And but yeah, for sure one of the best experiences in my life until now, until Hispano and my new adventure with the Extreme E, of course.
Very nice there, just a little caveat there.
Because he's there watching me, you know, so.
Would you say that was kind of like the moment after, like, if Lola's at the top, would you say then that rally is like, until now, the number 2 spot?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it was like a huge like impulse in my life. Also after the WRC, I had like a really bad time where, you know, you're racing, but you are not having an income. So you're a bit struggling, you know, with the racing life. And so it was like a huge like opportunity, and, you know, doing also a good race. It was great for later, you know.
It's definitely good to get that boost in when you're not feeling 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, as you mentioned, then Extreme E is up next for you racing-wise. Is driving the car any different for you from compared to like an ordinary off-roader? Because obviously it's electric, but is there the difference there, or is it kind of Is it just quieter?
Yeah, everyone asks me this question, and yes, it's completely different. It's like a radical new concept of like T1 Dakar car, just 10 times more extreme. So, I mean, 550 horsepower, 400 kilowatts, whatever it is, instantaneous 920 Newton meters. It's just insane. Like, it's not easy to explain, you know, and it's the driving, everything is way more technical. You have to adapt quicker, and we didn't have a lot of testing going on. So everything has been like super, like, you know, new. And I mean, of course, yes, I expect the whole championship to be super exciting because of just the people that are racing in it, that, you know, it just makes it super crazy. And hopefully at the same time that we can do like a little wake up call for the world about what, you know, what's happening. You know, we're racing in extreme locations. And at the same time, we're promoting and helping the sustainability. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's a huge accomplishment, and hopefully it's going to work out the way that we're all looking forward to.
Do you think then that the car itself would be like the main difference for you in terms of this racing series, or is there kind of something else that is more different for you in terms of the feel of? Obviously, we've not had the first round yet, but of how it will feel racing in this series. What will be the main difference there from what you're used to?
Well, I mean, of course, this is more like a rallycross race because it's like short stages, like 5 people all together hitting each other. So I'm used to really long stages in the middle of nowhere, completely alone, you know? So, of course, yes, I mean, the car is the main difference, but then everything else is also going to be pretty completely separate world. But I don't know, like I said before, I think that we're all going to adapt to this new series, and we're all pretty excited. So for sure, we'll just go for it.
What made you want to join Hispano then for Extreme E? Did you go looking for them, or did they come looking for you, or?
Well, I kind of appeared here like, hey. They're like, who's this crazy girl? So, yeah. But no, for sure, Hispano Suiza is one of like the most historic and iconic brand like of luxury vehicles, not just in Spain, but in Europe. So I guess that anyone would want to be part of this team. And for me, it was just like a little bit, I would say, of luck, and hopefully they believe in me. So obviously it's just a honor to be here, compete in this new championship with them, and like being such an exclusive brand and being part of it, you know, it just, I don't know, make me feel like really, really happy and excited.
Doesn't hurt to have that bit of luck
Also,
occasionally.
like I always say, I'm Italian, but it's been like many years in Spain. So I always say I feel more Spanish. So I'm very attached to the country. And obviously, Hispano Suiza, it's a proud Spanish brand. So for sure, this is my team, is the right place to be.
Probably didn't help. Probably didn't hurt, rather, saying that you felt even more Spanish saying to the Spanish team, just as an extra thing to try and get in there.
Yeah, no, I didn't use that, but for sure I will keep using it.
So then you've done all these different racing series and rallying and now Extreme E. Do you have a main goal that you want to achieve in your racing career, or are you just taking all these opportunities and just having the best time with it?
Yeah. Well, I have a note where it says what I want to achieve in my life, you know, and I can read a few of them, but it's like podium Dakar, podium race, you know. So, but yeah, for sure, like one of them is participating in Dakar, because it's probably the biggest goal of any off-road racer. But I have like a special little place in my heart for Baja 1000. So my biggest dream right now is to win it with a trophy truck. And I would say it's an objective, it's not a dream. And most important, for sure, as I always keep repeating myself, is just to learn, become a better driver. And you know, I have a long way for it, because of course I started also super late. So it's just I'm just excited to be racing with all these amazing elite drivers, and I will just like work as hard as possible and learn from each one of them and absorb everything I can.
I very much like that objective, not a dream. It just makes it more concrete than you get that on a t-shirt. I like that.
Objective, be a better driver. I can see that happening.
So switching tack slightly, are there any non-car related things that you enjoy doing in your spare time, or are you just 100% cars?
Well, I am pretty much 98% cars. That's why it's very difficult to find like friends that actually, you know, understand you, because you're always just, every time you just talk, you just go back to cars. And people are like, Christine, you're like so monothematic, and I'm sorry. But I actually like every kind of sport. I play a lot of like beach volleyball, horse riding, hiking, anything, that has
very active.
In also, or balls and running stuff around. Driver. So because sometimes I focus so much on just racing that then your head just starts going crazy. So if I do a little bit of everything else, I feel like I am more concentrated when it gets to the moment of the race and the training and the testing.
And ground you a little bit outside of that, so you can just take a breather for 5 minutes and then dive back in. Got to have that 2%. Would you be able to survive in the wilderness? I probably know the answer, but
yeah, that's an interesting question, but I think so. Yeah, why not? I mean, my mom calls me a little monkey all day. If the boat of Extreme breaks down, I'll call you and let you know if I survived in the one.
Sounds good.
Okay, keep your phone on.
If you could only drive one car, not racing, just for the rest of your life generally, yeah, you should sit back. You don't like the question. What would it be?
I don't think they're ever gonna give Hispano gonna borrow me that car. So I will stick to my love forever Subaru, and of course, if it's a 22B, even better.
Why not? It's old school.
Who wouldn't not, right? Yeah.
Then again, slightly different. Try and tap into that 2% that isn't the racing for a minute. What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing that you didn't think they would do?
Okay, I think that this one, there's a lot of things I can answer, but probably the latest one, when I was I worked with the Italian TV, which is called Overland, and we went to Iceland, and so they contacted me as, we need a driver to go in like crazy, insane areas. And I was like, oh, this sounds cool. Sure, I'm in. And that was the deal. I was the driver, and that's it. And then I ended up being launched by helicopters into Icelandic waters.
Oh,
So that was definitely a trick one. Yeah, it was fun in the end.
Bit cold, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely getting cold.
Ooh, is there a YouTube video of that?
I actually do. Send it over so you can add it.
Gotta check these things. And then semi-related, it might be the same thing, but if you're saying if this is the latest thing, then I'm thinking there might be something else you'll have for this one. But what is one of the most embarrassing things you've ever done?
Okay, yeah, this is very hard. I'm a very embarrassing person. Like, I am always jumping. You can ask Dave that he's hiding right now. I'm always jumping around and super hyperactive, so I already embarrass myself a lot without need of actually something that I've done. But I would say the last thing I've done is I lost a bet. And look at that. I lost a bet, and I had to go to my neighbor's house with my race suit and sing a song. And I really can't sing. And I just moved into the house, and they were just like what the heck is this weird and crazy
thing?
I'm a Barbie girl.
Oh, that's been my every day now.
Yeah. Those.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's a good way to make an impression on the neighbours, I guess.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
good
They still don't talk.
They'll remember you.
Last time I asked for some salt, they did not have salt at home.
That was a fun question to end that on. So I was saying thank you for that. Goal right there.
Thank you.
You can tell from the way she talks about racing that Christine absolutely loves what she does and puts her heart and soul into everything. Thank you again to her for coming onto the show, and I wish her the best of luck for the 2021 Extreme E season. Join me again soon when I'll be talking to another famous person from the world of motorsport. And in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and check out the other videos on my channel. Away from YouTube, you can find me over on DriveTribe, and feel free to follow me on Instagram at t.albers.daily.drivetribe. You can also find me over on GP Grandstand TV, where I'm part of their weekly podcast. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.